Why, hello there, adventurers and aristocrats alike. Shams Nelson here from Pen and Blade. Hey, and in this video, we're gonna do a little map drawing, something like this. And this is a spiritual successor of sorts to my fantasy map drawing video. And a special shout out to Dan Rudolph and his kids who requested I make another video like this so that he can draw with his kids, and I hope other people enjoy it too. So there's a little bit of variation on the mountains and the forests, and I'm going to show you my tools and another pretty simple but a little more advanced methodology or step-by-step procedure for you guys to draw a map similar to this. So let's get started. Woo! Alright. Alright, so I got a few tools on hand here, and it's not really important. You can do the map with whatever, but this is what I kind of would, I guess, is my preference when I'm really getting serious in my sketchbook. So first thing I'm going to do, I like to start with the mountains. And if I'm going to do like a layout with pencil first, because I'm doing the more advanced mountain type, sometimes I'll just lay out like where I want the mountains to go roughly. You know, something like this. And try to give it, it's like almost like an abstract painting. I know there's some light reflection here. Let's see, can I get it ready? And just try to kind of create a sense of balance or something like that. Like, okay, here's an interesting shape. And let's drill down here and start drawing just the V's, upside down V's, that like we did in our first, sorry, I have to look at the paper and I have to look at my hand. Like we did in our first, in the first fantasy map drawing video. It's really simple. And then I'm going to show you the next step with the felt tip pen. Now once you kind of get a hang of this, you won't have to use the pencil, you can go straight into felt tip, and you'll see what I mean. Cool, so we got some mountains going on here. Where are our thingies? Where did they go? Oh. If this was off camera, I would have spent 30 minutes trying to figure that out. Trying to figure out where those things went. So I'm going to choose like the medium-sized one. I guess it has the letter F on it. And so the main difference is we're not just going to go up and down like that. So here, let me figure. We're going to give it a little second peak, maybe even a third peak, like that. And also, let's have it curve up. So here's the basic mountain form, the more advanced mountain form, something like that. And then you can add a little second peak. So let's go ahead and do a couple more of these. And then I'll show you how we shade them. And feel free to make it one go really high and lower. You could add like a weird rock jutting out. So you can get creative with this. That's kind of ugly one, but you know, I think it's actually going to look all right. Okay. So let's say we've decided those are going to be our mountains. Let's put one in here. Like that. All right, sure. We have smaller ones, smaller mountain. Okay. Then we're gonna I like to grab this guy right here, the ballpoint pen, and choose a side. I usually go for the left side. And then you're going to come down here like we did in the first one, but actually continue this down, and where they meet, we're gonna go like that. And this is the same. We're gonna come down here, and where they meet, something like that. This side doesn't have one, so you can go straight down. This one does, all right? So then we keep going. And then basically you're just going to shade these parts in. Cool. So once you get the hang of it, you can kind of just do it more quickly. And then for this one, you might have to mess around a little bit. Something like that, maybe? I really don't know. I got a little too adventurous on that one. That can be a bulbous peak. See, you got some cool world building ideas when you do your mountains a little more, give them a little more character like this. All right. And then just to throw out another idea, actually, you know what? I'll save that for another video. I'm going to be doing these map drawing videos every Saturday. So maybe next week I'll do one, maybe even more often than that, but you can expect one at least every Saturday. And I'll go into like different kinds of mountains, because you could do rounded mountains and stuff like that. I've seen some cool techniques for that, but I'll keep it as just a variation of this. So cool, looks like we got a pretty decent little mountain range going on. And I don't think I'm gonna do the whole world in this video, but maybe I'll do a follow-up video where I show them the whole finished map and give you guys some like the world building I did behind it. So, oh, I should have gotten a better eraser, but also at the end we can just go like this, by the way. And then it's a lot cleaner. Ooh, beautiful. All right, next we're gonna want some rivers. We're gonna do the rivers before the forest because we've got to wrap the forests around the rivers. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you don't yet, but you'll see. So let's just say I want, I'm gonna just go straight with the brush pen. I kind of like the brush pen with the rivers because you can get a little bit more like thickness and thinness going in, depending on how much you press down. So the rivers, you know, sometimes are wider and sometimes they're thinner. So we haven't decided where the coast is, but I guess this will help determine it. So maybe I do like something like that. And keep your rivers windy. Don't be afraid to make your rivers really windy, like they almost touch each other. And I'm going to show you something else too. You might get, let's say that this river used to have a big wind like that. Then you might get a little, when it connects again, there's a whole science to this, and I'll have to do a video about it, but you might get a little Oxbow Lake like that. I think it's called Oxbow Lake. So let's do one more river that winds down this way. And maybe kind of hugs the side of these mountains. Oops. Something like that. Okay? And then we can build our little forest around it. So river is pretty simple, but I feel like I could get into a little more detail on all of these, but I'll save those for their own episodes. For now, I just want to show you this cool technique. So actually, you know what, first sometimes I'll just take this and I'll outline the areas that I want to be forest. Oops. Up here. Yeah, I want this area to be forest. And right here. Alright, let's do that for now. Cool. So instead of doing every individual tree, which I think looks great, but is a very time-intensive process. So instead, you can do large swatches of forest quickly like this, and this is great if you're doing some, you know, some quick world building. And I think it also looks pretty good. By you'll see, it looks better than this when it's done. There's a couple more steps. But basically, you're almost thinking about it as if you're drawing like one tree. Like if I put a big, you know, and in a very cartoony style too. I gotta figure out a way to, uh-oh, the flies have started to attack. It's that time of the afternoon. Apparently, I smell beautiful. Alright, and then sometimes I'll take my small one. You can use the same size, but if you want to get all nitpicky, and then just put in all these little trunks. Doot, doot. And you don't have to get too particular about it. Just on wherever there's the bottom side. Put in those trunks. Okay, cool. And then there's a couple sticking out over here. Alright, and then also, so I think part of this world building, if I build this world, I'm going to take, there's going to be at some point a plague of giant flies. Just tormenting people. How horrible would that be? So look at that. That's kind of cute, right? I think it's kind of cute. And then you can use your eraser. Woo! Make it all magical. And in case you haven't seen the first fantasy video, I put in some coastlines and stuff. I think I like to use my medium one for that. I think it says F for some reason. Fine. I guess it's not medium. Let's put in a coastline. And actually for coastlines, I also like to use a pencil. Oops. I like to use a pencil to give a rough idea. Like this could be a cool bay, so let's do something like that. And then like that, okay. And then I'll come in with my felt tip pen. No, I'll follow it, but I'll embellish the coast. So now I'm thinking small. I'm thinking like this little peninsula right there. That's huge. I mean, like a whole cities could be on that, but it's not part of. It's very small compared to the overall structure of the entire thing. And now I think I've actually made this coast too detailed, because the way that the cartooniness of this map maybe is a little, doesn't suggest that it's gonna have quite that much detail. So if I was gonna do a peninsula, you know, maybe just less of this, little things like that, and I can still have things jutting out, but you see how the lines are less, like I'm not making as many little jiggly lines. Okay, cool. And put some islands in there, man. Islands are awesome. I feel like islands are always mysterious. I always want to go explore islands whenever we're playing D&D or anything, or any open world thing. So I think that's it for now. We've got us some mountains, some forests, and some rivers, which are, you know, the quintessential pieces in map drawing. And in future episodes, we go into things like swamps and deserts and stuff like that. And yeah, maybe I'll finish out this world and do a part 2. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments and give me a thumbs up, because that makes me feel so amazing, and actually just helps the YouTube algorithm, which I could really use. All right, you guys, that's it. Peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone.